What's good, world? It's your boy TWiZ, and welcome to 5 Minutes of Twisdom. 5 minutes of tips and tricks to help grow your music brand. And today's episode, we're going to talk about knowing who to collab with. Like, a lot of times we find other people that may sound good and we just have them hop on the track, but does that person actually mesh well with your style? It's okay to work with different people who may sound a little different, but you want to make sure they're on the same wavelength as you. Because if they're talking about one thing and their content is one way, their brand is one way, their purpose is one way, and yours is completely opposite, it's not really going to mold well with the type of brand that you're trying to present. Because if you think of the average playlist, when you listen to a certain artist on the streaming sites, they find like artists that's similar to the style that you may like of that artist. That's how you find and discover new artists, because you find similar type of music that goes with that. Now, in each genre, you probably have a certain type of music or sound that you listen to, but it's very imperative to know who you're collaborating with. Another thing is, don't just do a collab just to do a collab, because you don't know that person's work ethic may not be the same as yours. Like, you may be all in, you're ready to do the music video, you're ready to do a lot of things, and the other person is dragging their feet. There's nothing counterproductive than to have somebody who's not on the same wavelength as you when it comes to getting things done. So know who you are. You shouldn't have to hound anybody down to do projects. If it's something that you want to do, you want to find like-minded people that is willing to go ham as much as you do on your craft. Another thing you want to look out for when you're collaborating with somebody else is make sure that they have all their stuff, legal stuff, situated. Like, make sure they're registered, make sure that they have all their music on the streaming sites, make sure that they have their royalties, their BMI, ASCAP, make sure they have all that stuff lined up, because there's nothing worse than actually having a song that's already ready and you putting the song out and you're ready to start making moves, and this person doesn't even have their stuff registered. They don't even have anything in order. You want to make sure you want somebody that's already on top of the game, unless it's somebody that you're bringing into the game and you're allowing them time to do what they need to do so that they can get the royalties and get the perks of being on a song. If you haven't seen my other video about how to collect your royalties, like all your royalties, make sure you click that link up above where you can take you straight to it and you can understand it a little bit more. Word of mouth stuff is kind of out the window. The worst thing you could do is not have your paperwork set up between you and this other artist. If they're afraid to do paperwork, then you should be afraid to do business with them, because that paperwork solidifies anything that you guys may do together. It breaks down the percentages. It breaks down how much stuff that each person will get, how much each person has to contribute. You want to make sure you have all that on the paperwork done, and make sure it's able to be signed and that everybody's clear on what the terms is that you guys are agreeing on. So when the song blows up, you don't want to be looking at each other funny like, well, I did this much, or I did this, or you ain't even did that. You get that stuff already taken care of from Jump Street, and make sure it's in black and white print or whatever prints you're using, and you're good to go. All right, make sure you pay attention to this one. In today's time, a lot of people's not doing good business, and you can see that just by the way that they handle themselves, how they respond to you, the type of language they use. Like, it's a lot of not good business out there, so make sure you protect yourself. So check that out too before you do work with them. See how they respond to their people on their pages. Like, you want to know those things, because it's very important, because when it comes down to business, you want people to do the things that they're supposed to do when it's supposed to do by the time frame that it's supposed to be done. Check their social media. If you got 1,000 followers and somebody else has about 1,500 followers, y'all are kind of in the same bracket. If you're trying to collaborate with somebody that has 20,000 and you only have like 1,000 followers, that's less likely to happen, because there's nothing to gain for the other follower. You got to remember that you're supposed to reciprocate whatever you give out. So when you have similar like followers, it's not a big difference. It's not a huge gap. Your fans can benefit from their fans and vice versa, because they're both into an artist that's not really totally emerged yet, but they're growing. When you try to reach out to other artists that may be more established, get prepared to spend some money, because they've reached a plateau to where they deserve or they require some kind of deposit or some kind of fee. So it benefits you if you're just getting started or you're not really quite there yet. Find somebody that's kind of at the same type of level that you're at, because most likely they'll do it just for the free, for exposure, because they're trying to get themselves out there too. So, If I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Find people that's kind of closer to your level, or sometimes maybe even a little bit above your level, because that could be that small. It's a big gap, but not really too huge. Like from 1,000 to 200,000, it's not, you know, that's a huge gap. So you want to make sure you check out those things when you're trying to collab with somebody. It's a beautiful thing. Like every week we collab on production day. It's real fun, it's dope. We have different views and different ideas. We can feed off each other. That's the beauty of collaborating, and you get inspired because they bring something different to the table and you bring something different to the table. Oh, I keep forgetting, guys. Listen, I love y'all, man. Listen, comment down below, show some love, like the page, subscribe, share it with a friend. If you haven't liked it yet, man, it's all good. I hope you start watching and learning, and I guarantee you'll like it. Guys, thank you so much, because without you, there's no me, and this is why I do it, because of y'all. It's another episode of 5 Minutes of TWiZ. It's your boy TWiZ. I'm out. Certified.